Hello, how are you? My name is Lee Jarvis and I'm here today to talk to you about my new article in the Review of International Studies titled Children's Games and Global Politics, Masculinity, Militarism and the Warrior Hero. The article tries to argue that global politics is reproduced in all manner of everyday spaces and everyday objects, including within children's games that are targeted at and often played by very young children. So to illustrate that argument, I take a game called Heroes of History, which is one set within the very popular, very successful Top Trumps franchise. And I look at how that particular card game stories or constructs the world as a very particular place of conflict and insecurity, dominated by or organised around a very specific and inherently masculinised figure of the warrior hero. So the article looks at the gladiators, the Vikings, the samurai and so on that populate these cards, how they are visually represented in terms of the weapons they carry or the muscles they sport, how their lives are narrated in the very short biographies that accompany each of the cards, and how the gameplay mechanics reproduce this very particular understanding of heroism, attempting to quantify it around things like fear rating and army size. I also spend a little time thinking about how the game nuances this particular figure of the hero, both in relation to characters on the cards that don't quite fit that warrior archetype, but also in relation to the three female characters that are contained within the game too. And I try to spend some time thinking about why all of this might matter for a discipline like international relations and for work within it on children, on gender, on popular culture, on heroism, on games, and so on. I have thoroughly enjoyed working on this paper, and I thought I would finish by saying a little bit about how it builds on some previous projects or experiences I've had as a way of attempting to situate its emergence and its genesis in some way. So, to start that, several years ago now, I worked at Swansea University in the UK, where one of my colleagues, Helen Brocklehurst, was doing fantastic work on children and world politics at the time. Anyone that has looked at this area at all will know that Helen is one of the key figures in this field right now. And I remember really enjoying listening to her work, although I never at the time expected to work in a related area myself. The paper also develops interests I've been working on in relation to masculinity with Andrew Whiting and in relation to popular culture and world politics with Nick Robinson. And with those colleagues, I've been looking at things like terrorist obituaries and children's picture books like The Gruffalo as an attempt to make sense of everyday constructions and problematisations of international relations. It speaks too to my interest in everyday or vernacular security, a topic on which I've been working for a number of years now with colleagues like Michael Lister. But most of all, the article rather, comes out of playing many hands of this game with my own children, Ami, Suki and Artie, and the questions that we've asked of each other and the discussions we've had playing this particular version of Top Trumps and other games like it. Now, none of those people, of course, are responsible for any errors or omissions in my article. That's entirely on me, and I'm especially not blaming my children for any mistakes I've made. But they've all taught me in various ways, and they've inspired me to have a go at writing up this piece, and I'm grateful to all of those and many others as well. So I really hope you like the article. My sincere thanks to the journal, Review of International Studies, to the editors and to the reviewers for all of the time and the work that went into turning this from a submitted paper to a published article. I'm very grateful to the constructive and challenging feedback I received. And I think that's about it. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.